Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on the landscape of this larch forest. Needs a bit of work doing to it, mossing up and stuff. I'll just give you a look now at what we're dealing with. Let's get the camera on there now so you can see. The main problem I have with this is the amount of rocks on it. It's already on a slab. It's planted all on a slab, which makes the whole thing really heavy to lift. So I want to try and reduce the amount of rocks, and I also want to try and get that get it all in. I also want to maybe lift this side of the forest up because I don't not liking the way it's all on the same plane. So first of all, things like this rock here, I put it at the back. The rock itself is a pretty big, hefty rock. It's a good rock and that, but it just adds so much weight. So we can get rid of that one anyway, straight away. Let's put the rocks down there, I suppose, out the way. Bring in a bit closer now so you can see. I have a lot of these smaller rocks in here, which we can maybe get rid of a few of them. Again, this one is quite big. I could maybe put a small one there and just build it up around it. So we'll just take out all of these rocks for now. And some of these, now this side, what I'm thinking of is just picking out a few that I can get rid of and maybe switch it for some moss. See, that one there is quite a big rock, and all you can see is the very tip of it. So it's just, I could fill that and just put a small rock there and do the same job. I have my little stream down the middle. This rock we can take out. This is a nice rock, but maybe we can use that somewhere else in it. Again, this rock at the end, we could just put some moss on here. Get rid of that rock again. It's a nice looking, good rock. Plenty of character on it. So I think what we'll do is we'll just take all the stones out for now and then start from scratch. Okay, I planted this little, I think it's like a thyme, I think, miniature thyme on it, just to make little bushes and things. So there's nettles and all sorts in there. There's some sedum here growing. So what I'm going to do is just give the whole thing a bit of a brushing off to get rid of all the old needles and things, and we'll get out the tweezers, look out some of these weeds. I'm not worried too much about being too fussy because I'm going to be covering the whole thing with moss anyway. So as long as I get out the weeds, the needles and things, we can just live under the moss and rot away. But we'll try and get out some of them anyway. Some of that Irish moss stuff up here, so we'll definitely try and get that out. Take the bear out for now, we can go back in when we're finished. Stand him down there. I kind of don't mind the needles. It kind of gives it a kind of a good forest look, so I don't mind them on it. Now my stream, I have a kind of a stream down the middle here. What I might do is just kind of scrape out that a bit. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I think I want to lift this side of the forest up, just so it's not on the same kind of level, just to give it a little elevation on that side. So I think it's joined by some roots, but shouldn't be too many. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that out of the way a second. And we get some soil. Just pile some soil up underneath. A bit more, I think. Might not be much, but just lifting it that inch or so, just so it's not on the same plane. It's a good 2 inches now, probably. Might just no. Yeah, it's already, that to me is looking better. I'll put the camera on further back so you can see from a distance now. Okay, so now I've brought the camera back a bit. We'll be able to see a bit better. Yeah, just lifting that side, I think, just so that all the trees aren't kind of on the same plane. Just now, the other thing I could do is, while I've got this, do I want to turn it any kind of direction? Just checking out. If I just swing it all the way around this way, how would that look? Another bit, let's have a look this way. Hard to say. Another bit. I don't know. So many ways you could have it. I do like this tree here, just kind of leaning out of the forest, so it's not just cut off. So I'm thinking maybe sticking with it, something like that. Yeah, okay. I'll play around with it and then we'll come back. Okay, I think I've decided on this way. I I did like that tree leaning out, but I do think it gives a kind of more 3D look, and it's probably hard to see on the camera, through the forest when this tree is kind of leaning over the what will be the kind of bit of a stream coming through, something like that. Now the only thing is I have a big gap here, but I do have a few more trees here, so there's a couple of small ones, so I'm going to just pull these apart and have a look. Just bear with me now while I just take these apart. Not sure why my mic keeps turning off. I have to keep my eye on it. So I'll just put a rock here, a couple of rocks back here. So now I'm just going to put some bit of sand just to give the impression of a bit of a mountain stream. This is kind of coarse sand, so I'll just put that in first like that, and then I have some kind of little bit of more gravelly stuff, so I'll just put that around the edges, bottom of the kind of waterfalls where it's collected. So up here. Okay, so that's kind of like our little stream. Now I think what we need to do is just start doing a bit of mossing and then see where we go in from there. Okay, so we got some nice moss here. We'll just give it a spray because it's been in the pot for the night. Put it there. Like that, we can always add more stones if we feel it needs more at a later date, or take some away again if it's too heavy. I think it might need a little rock at the front here just to give it a bit of an edge. Just roll it here. Just with that, stick that in here. I do like having the stones on it and stuff, but it's just far too heavy. I'm struggling at the moment now to pick it up, so we will sacrifice the stones for my back. Because some of this thinner stuff, what I'll do is I kind of hang this over this edge here of the stream, so it creates a bit of a bank. That. Maybe some on this side. And we'll just keep going around. In. I don't know if I'm going to have enough moss to cover the whole thing, but we'll cover what we can. Trim this thyme right back here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Let's move these rocks out the way. moss is all breaking up into tiny little pieces, which isn't very helpful, but just keep working away with it. I like working on these kind of landscapes and just imagining where you might have paths and things like that, and what might be around the trees and things like that. I might get some small ferns like I did with my redwood planting. I get some little tiny ferns and stick them in around and by the trees and stuff, just to give it a bit of a bushes and things. And like that, when it's growing, I'll get some more sedum and put some of that around to make little bushes of that. That always makes good little bushes. Big piece here, so we'll use that to hold in all this soil at this side. Bring that in. Okay, starting to come along now. We have a bit of a hole in here, so just a little bit of soil in to fill that. Bit of moss there. Now we're going to want maybe a little path through here for the bear, so he can find his way. So we get our little scoop wherever it's gone, and we'll just use a bit of this sieved akidama. It's good for making paths. It just has like this browny kind of effect. Just put that in there. There. Okay, so the bear can go back on his path there. It's coming round. Okay, where are we? Oh, we're just long out the way a bit. Okay, now I need to do the back, so let's see if I can swing it round, knocking any trees out. Definitely want to get some on this end where it's the new soil to keep that tightly packed in. bit of a divot here in the forest, but that's okay. It's at the back as well, so that's fine. This moss now is just all crumbling up, so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it on, flatten it down. And when I get some more moss, I can always come back and finish on the back of it. I'm hoping this has lost a lot of weight now since I've taken all them rocks out. Another thing I could maybe do is when I've put it in place on the bench, maybe add some rocks, and then I can always, there's a little baby fern there, look, we'll put that in the front, so I'll leave that there. Yeah, you could always put some rocks in while it's on your bench, put them so you can take them out if you want to move it, so they're not buried. But I find if you just place them on the top, it doesn't look as realistic. You need to kind of have them somewhere buried. But this is all just bits of moss now. I'm just going to sprinkle that on there, let it just find its own. Rock, swing it around again. Okay, so if I can push it back a bit, just give this little brush here, clean it off a bit. To the bin. Okay, so now I do want to cut this tree back. I'm going to take it back to here, just to have a little tree on that end, let it fill out a bit. And this one, maybe to here. And the trees could probably do with a little bit of a we'll do that. Yeah, maybe not the next one, but another one. Now, slope down, get rid of him. Now, I could put, just as a final little detail, I do have, if I can find it, some finer sand on top of that, just in the centre, just to create a little bit of a deeper part. I think, to be honest, I actually prefer this other sand. It's kind of nicer colour. So put that back on the top there. Matches the other stones better. Okay, so I think that's it for now. With this one, I'll take outside and give it a good watering, make sure all that soil under there's got nice and wet, and hopefully the bear will keep the birds away. I'll just stand back and have a look, make sure I'm happy with it. yeah, I definitely prefer it with that side higher, because when it was all on one plane, I would maybe even go a little bit higher with that one, but we'll leave that till another year. And I do like the way it's turned now with this tree kind of leaning over the stream. It looks well. Okay, so I'll give you a little close-up flyby and we'll call that one done then. You can see the slab itself. It's quite heavy, so definitely needed to get out the rocks. I'd say it's probably half the weight now. You know, all them big rocks, especially the big one that was at the back, which you couldn't see anyway. Okay, so again, if you liked the video, just give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and share it, and we'll see you on the next one.